We might have to do the part 3 where we go try the other two, and then part 4 will be the follow-up on either the funeral of Mr. Sizzle.
The funeral of Mr. Sizzle.
The funeral of Mr. Sizzle, or...
It's terrible.
Yeah, or we do a food review of Mr. Sizzle's. But
trying to milk this burger cow thing a little too much.
I don't want to. I would rather... I thought this was going to be done at part 2.
If you're going to serve wings or ranch, I don't want to do business with you. I get up and leave, even if I don't get the wings. It's either blue cheese or wings. No fucking
That's right, never mind who you thought it was. This is the Buffalluminati Podcast, your keeper of Buffalo's secrets. We got a great episode for you today, but first, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'm your host, Jake, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, Jeff. How's it going, man?
Going lovely, as always, my brother, and like I always say, you never leave footprints that last if you walk on tiptoes.
Very profound. I love it. Love that we do this. We are on an unprecedented third chapter of Buffalo Burger Beef. Didn't think we'd make it this far. Didn't think.
No, but I'm glad we have, because I love burgers. And we haven't tried them yet, but I can't wait.
That's right. That's going to have to be chapter 4, and it's going to have to be in a hurry. We've already actually talked about this, and I don't want to have to rehash it because I feel like we had a great conversation, including roasting that article that we're going to get into in a little bit here. But unfortunately, it looks like the video is completely shot on that. So I'm going to do some fancy editing around it, and we'll see what we get. But I didn't want our conversation that I felt went really well to go unused and then try and just be fake about it and recreate, whatever.
Absolutely. I mean, I thought we did good. I mean, I thought we nailed it that time, and it's heartbroken to hear that the video, at least we got the audio. I guess that's the best part.
It's like old security footage where it's like, one frame every 15 seconds. And so I'm probably going to use some of the stills in that just for visuals, but since we're leaning into the article, I know how to do this. Anyway,
some of those stills are hilarious.
Speaking of editing magic, why don't we just real quick, they probably are, why don't we real quick do a recap of part 1 and especially part 2, since that one was not viewed very much. It was a test live stream for us, and nobody saw it live, and then nobody saw it after the fact. So you'll get to see a little bit of what we talked about there, and it'll bring you up to speed. Let's dive right into it.
Okay.
That's right, Jeff. I got some juicy drama today. A little bit of burger beef, if you will, coming from the city of Hamburg. And what better place? Let's start with Buffalo Burger Bros. Since 2017, according to their website, they've been a popular food truck. It's been around the area and had much success. And they make some great food. And on September 23rd of 2023, they announced that there would be a brick and mortar location. And Channel 7 News.
Buffalo Brothers Burgers.
Buffalo Brothers Burgers. I'm going to do that all episode, and I apologize because I really do love and respect the business and wish them nothing but success. So please know that it's Buffalo Brothers Burgers.
We're going to come there and get more burgers.
Right. Buffalo Burger Brothers. Buffalo Brothers Burgers. Got
it. The Buffalo Brothers who make burgers.
Yes. It all starts there on September 23rd on their Facebook, the Triple B.
There you go.
When they announced that they are opening up a brick and mortar location right here in Hamburg, New York. And after being a food truck for so long and being, beloved by the area, they're here to plant some roots down in the village of Hamburg on Buffalo Street, which just so happens, Jeff, to be the same street that's the home to Juicy Burger Bar.
Okay. So they're moving in up the street from Juicy.
Yes. Encroaching on some territory. And thus the burger beef begins.
I just want to know why the C is capitalized in Juicy Burger.
That's a good question. Why is the C capitalized?
The burger looks good, though. It looks like a nice, thick burger. It looks juicy.
It looks like a proper hamburger.
It looks juicy as hell.
And on December 5th, Juicy Burger announces that they are closing.
Obviously, Buffalo Brothers shut them down.
How could they shut them down if they're not even over? They just announced. And then 3 months later.
Yeah, they obviously have some pull at City Hall. They know somebody. Somebody's related to somebody.
It really does seem like a this town ain't big enough for the two of us situation.
Out of context, that's the conclusion you might.
And they said that the closure was due to the owner not renewing the lease. And
The new owner, right?
yeah. Yes, a law firm representing the property owners released a statement to WGRZ, which is also included in this article. And the excerpt in the article reads, bearing that in mind, the decision to end Juicy's continued occupancy effective December 31st, 2023, was made only after Juicy A, rejected the new lease offers from my client, and B, failed to pay the full amount due for its use and occupancy of the space. So this caused a lot of stir and hullabaloo on social media. And there was no comment further no official statement from Juicy Burger in response. But
That's crazy.
People were outraged. A statement from a local customer. Pretty bad timing to be told this around this time of year, Rummel said, adding, whoever the lease owner is, give him a discount for all the bad press and let Juicy Burger stay. Go Bills. However, I can confirm that Juicy Burger is doing a pop-up at Carte Blanche on Sundays and Mondays on Buffalo Street. But the drama doesn't end there, Jeff.
There's so much beef.
So much beef. And we're about to add another layer, another patty on this burger, if you will. We'll show that to the people, and just so you can get an idea for how close. Obviously, they're all on Buffalo Street so far. You got Carte Blanche on Buffalo Street, Buffalo Bros Burgers on Buffalo Street, and former Juicy Burger Bar location on Buffalo Street. Mr. Sizzles. Mr. Sizzles has been at Connecticut Street in Buffalo for a couple years now. They are doing smash. They do smash. They do fried chicken burgers. They do a lot. They also have boozy milkshakes and other cocktails.
Is it a burger if it's a fried chicken sandwich?
No, but they don't have burger in the name. They just say Mr. Sizzles. But they're known for their burgers. And
right, but chicken doesn't sizzle.
The hell you mean chicken doesn't sizzle?
I mean, sizzle implies like a grill effect.
Or fry.
That's not sizzling. That's pop.
No, pop is what we drink here. It's the carbonated beverage. Everywhere else refers to it as soda. The headline reads, "The rest is history. Mr. Sizzles plans to open a third location, this time in the South Towns." Previously announced that they were opening up a second location up in Clarence, and I believe they said that that's slated to be open sometime in the spring. And now they announced this third location.
So the second location's not even open yet.
It is not. And Jeff, they already have a location, and can you guess where this location might be located?
Well, probably in a location that would be good for making burgers.
Yes.
Maybe the old Juicy Burger Bar.
That is correct.
Mm.
So now player 3 enters to the Buffalo Street Burger Beef in the Burg.
Obviously, Mr. Sizzles is the new owners of the building that put out Juicy Burger Bar so that they could move in to a third location. It's clear as day.
Clear as day. Now we just need all the evidence to back up your theory. And I guess now the question remains is, A, who's the top burger on Buffalo Street in Hamburg? A question that we won't have the answer to until all of these locations are fully open and operational. That being said, this summer's Burger Fest is going to be off the chain.
For sure. And somebody may throw hands.
We are revisiting Buffalo Burger Beef, the story that we covered back, I think it was June, maybe May. We just covered all of the beef that's going on Buffalo Street in Hamburg between these 3 burger joints within about a quarter mile of each other. I got a news update, and that is on Mr. Sizzles, and I think that's where we need to start today, Jeff, is on the Mr. Sizzles drama and updates.
Yeah, man, word on the street is the burgers are back and they're beefing harder than ever. Some of this is internal burger beef.
Right, it's a civil war of burger beef. Mr. Sizzles was one of the places we covered. They announced that they were going to move into the former Juicy Burger Bar location in the heart of the village of Hamburg. And it looks like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, they opened that location. It was their second, and they were working on a third. And now they all might close, one having never opened. So this is coming from WKBW. Shout out. Thank you. Let's try and get all these ads out of the way. Jesus. But says, it's unfortunate. Legal battle brewing over Mr. Sizzles could close all restaurants. And this was posted on November 2nd and updated on November 4th. But the co-owners are in a legal battle. And if it's not solved by February, Mr. Sizzle, hold on.
Oh, what's happening?
Hold on.
Oh, what's happening?
See, this is why we go live, though, so that we know what goes wrong, and how to fix it.
All I know is Casey said it to me best, that her son is more important to her than a hamburger restaurant. It's unfortunate that we're in the situation we're in.
Oh, are you talking about Casey Casas? You bringing it back to Mr. Sizzles?
I was just reading a quote from the attorney.
There's a whole bunch of drama within the drama on this one. Unfortunately, the Casas do have a 2-year-old son who has a congenital heart defect. And, this could affect their ability to, take care of him and take care of themselves.
Yeah.
But we just, we got to wait and see what the courts say, I guess. But until that time, Juicy Burger in Hamburg is closed. It's closed. And with the other restaurants, I guess, possibly soon to follow, which is just crazy. It's sad that we might not even get to taste it on our research and give them a proper rating.
No, I know. That's the, to me, it's the biggest disappointment is that we're not going to be able to try all 3 maybe.
But moving on to we talked about how they took Juicy Burger's spot. Juicy Burger got screwed out of a lease December of last year at that location. And we had left them at Carte Blanche, which was the owner's other restaurant where they were setting up a pop-up once or twice a month that was just Juicy Burger on the menu, which was pretty cool. I would say a great way to deal with it. But yeah, let's jump over to that. Let me pull it up here now that we got everything working right. This is not a drill. Juicy Burger Bar is back and better than ever. It was a cold, sad winter day in December of 2023 when Juicy Burger Bar was forced to close its doors in the village of Hamburg. Yep, they even say this is not goodbye. It's see you soon. Here's one of their shakes. They're, like I said, they're on the lakeshore now. Oops. They're on the lakeshore now. So you can see, right on the waterfront, which...
It was in a float? Mm.
But that brings us to, I guess, the winner of the Buffalo Burger Beef, at least on Buffalo Street in Hamburg. And that's...
Oh, my God. How appropriate. Triple B wins the Triple B.
And now you got me so nervous that I'm going to say it wrong. Buffalo Brothers Burgers, I believe, is the correct pronunciation. After we were scolded. We'll get into that in a minute. The Triple B announced that they would be opening a location on Buffalo Street. And they're just there chilling, Jeff. They just opened up. They're doing all right. Within the last month or two, they got on all the, the delivery apps there. I'm seeing if I can find it because I don't want to give up on it. Because it was so funny when I saw it. Because it was right after we released the episode. And they posted that. Yeah, whatever. Sorry, I'm not going to waste time on that. But just how it was like, it's not Buffalo Burger Bros. It's not Buffalo Burgers. It's not Bros Burgers. It's Buffalo Brothers Burger or Buffalo Bros Burgers.
BBB.
Yeah, I'm just calling it the Triple B.
And they won by default.
That's what I said. Through nothing but their own hard work and staying in their lane of smash burgers and putting out a good, simple product. And I said, good customer service. That's hard to come by these days. So, I mean, if you can check those boxes and give people, a product for a reasonable price, that's good. We might have to wait until the legal drama's over, though, because I don't want to count Sizzles out of the fight just yet. Because I know sometimes these things can be worked out before it gets too... But maybe they're past that point, so it seems like we'll know by February, but I also don't want to wait that long. So
it's a struggle.
Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. I especially wanted to make sure that part 2 was in there because that one didn't perform particularly well because that was us testing a live stream. And there was a bunch of subtext in there that we needed to catch up on. And I didn't have all of the old articles in front of me. So, moving on. We have a new update from the whole saga, and we think it might be related to the lawsuit that was in part 2, but that's just pure speculation and conspiracy theory.
For educational purposes only.
I chose this article for, usually I don't do articles from any of the radio stations. Because they may or may not be written by AI, and the sites are just, I'm sorry, they're awful, but just ads and other articles that are just, I don't know what. And,
the articles are usually pretty bare bones. There's nothing to them.
Right. But when I saw this one in relation to the story, I clicked on it just to take a look. And it was fun to read, Jeff. It was fun to read because I don't know if AI, like I said, did this one or what. I'm not going to shout out the author just because we might end up roasting it a little bit, and I don't want to flame any of. I want to be a good neighbor, but it's just there's some funny redundancies and syntax, tortured syntax. So let's dive right into it with Popular burger place closing all locations in Western New York. And this, I will credit the radio station. This comes from the new 96.1, the 90s to now, and their website. A popular burger restaurant announced that they are closing up shop for good via social media. The owner of Mr. Sizzles announced on social media that they are closing down their location and decided not to renew their lease at the new location, or at the current location, I should say. They will also be closing down their other never-opened locations on Buffalo Street in Hamburg and Transit Road in Clarence. Those locations never officially opened. So those never-opened locations never officially opened, just so we're clear.
Just so you know that they never opened.
Yeah.
And I would just like to point out also, like he says, the very first line that they are closing up shop for good. But I don't know. I thought in their post they said indefinitely.
Right. Which, I mean, that means permanently until and unless they decide to reopen. I remember...
Right. Which, in all likelihood, they're not going to reopen probably. But they themselves, I'm just saying as a journalist, I would say what they said and not say something. I don't know. I'm just saying like this, this guy.
Oh, I think that even Juicy Burger did that when they closed, if I recall correctly from the first.
Yeah, but Juicy was coming back.
So who's to say Mr. Sizzles isn't?
This guy.
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, you know what?
That's my point.
All right, you know what? My bad.
They didn't say that. I didn't say that. This guy said that.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I we took the long way around, but we got there. Let's press on.
You know, come on, give them a chance. That's not what they said. That's bad journalism.
Sloppy. We're not gonna say bad journalism.
It's sloppy. It's sloppy.
Bad journalism would be
It's misinformation.
Mr. Sizzles announced they'll never close.
They're open forever.
Yeah.
24/7. 365.
Mr. Sizzles announced that they would be open until February 27th and encouraged all their fans to stop in one more time before the lease runs out. The current location of Mr. Sizzles is 346 Connecticut Street in 2021. I didn't notice that before. That's what.
But not today? Not anymore? Just in 2021?
Yep.
The current location of Mr. Sizzle is located at 346 Connecticut Street in 2021.
Like I'm
is that like a district? 2021 district that I never heard of? Downtown Buffalo?
Okay, I see what happened here. It should have been the current location, Connecticut Street, period. And then starting a new sentence. In 2021, Mr. Sizzles was named Buffalo Spree's best new restaurant in 2022 and even appeared in... Nope, that's still not right.
And in 2022 even appeared is what you want to say. He said in 2022 and
no, because that happened in 2023. So I think they're trying to say that they opened in 2021, but they just never got there. And then Mr. Sizzles was named Best New Restaurant in 2022.
This guy is...
I told you this would be a fun one. We're finding ones that we didn't even find in the pre-read.
Sloppy Joe.
The good news is the Western New York is full of amazing places to grab an amazing burger and fries. They include... They include Smash Burger, Allen Burger Venture, and Buffalo Bros Burgers. And I said it right because it's right there in front of my face. And we will also include Juicy Burger because, as we mentioned, they opened a new location in Hamburg on the lake. However, I just found out the other day that it is only open seasonally because it is on that part of the lake that you see on the news every year when all the cars and houses get frozen over. So they close up shop for the winter.
Well, good on. Respect.
Yep.
What's Smash Burger? I didn't even know that was a thing.
That is a thing. I don't remember where it is. I think that might also be in the city. an Allen Burger venture, I think.
Because doesn't Buffalo Brothers do smash burgers?
Would
Isn't that their thing?
Yes. Well, how do you like this, Jeff? I am so happy
What?
that I went and checked this out. Because guess where Smash Burger isn't?
In Hamburg?
Yep. It's not. The closest one was... Oh, okay, here it is. Marketplace Drive. So that's got to be probably Marketplace Mall. I would imagine. But that location is closed.
Permanently?
Yes. And
so why does this dude even list a smash burger?
And when
he's talking Buffalo restaurants and burger places,
it's a disgrace, Jeff. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna tag 96.1 in this and just be like, yo, you guys got to rein in your either your AI use or just your journalists article writers.
Yeah. Or come holler at me. I will write these articles. I will pick up just second job, little side hustle, and I'll write all your articles.
Yeah, you think we can't write 10 sentences and get our facts right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I got to check Allen Burger Venture to see if that's even a real thing or if it's open.
I know that sounds made up.
Okay, it is open. It closes at 10 o'clock. No, it didn't sound made up. It's more plausible, I guess. But
it did definitely sound more real.
But for all we know, it could have closed 2 years ago. We're gonna move on to the actual talk about the beef and reactions because I don't. Before we start a beef with 96.1,
you guys definitely need a good morning show. I've heard your morning show.
Jake and Jeff in the morning.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Call my manager. Set it up.
I'm his manager. Hi. Buffalluminati@gmail.com. Want us to read your ads? We'll do that too. Anybody. You want to sponsor this show? Bam, bam.
96.1. We'll do an ad for you.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a free one because we trashed your article.
If you pay us enough no, I was going to say, if you pay us enough money, we'll tell them your articles are good. All right, on to the burger beef. It's the end of the saga. But what a ride it's been this year. I didn't think that we would get more than one episode out of all of this, other than a possible tasting. It's crazy how much content a simple hamburger can make.
For real. We stretched this out. And I wasn't even trying to. Like, that just...
No, just every couple of months, there'd be a new article about...
even just this episode. I think this article helped us a lot. Specifically, but...
Right, because this could have just been, hi, we're the Buffalluminati, I'm Jake, he's Jeff. Sizzles is closing. See ya.
There's a lot to say with the whole burger beef, and that's why we covered it in the first place, is because it's interesting.
Anyway. I don't know what else to say about this, except for we got to try and get there before February 27th so that we can start our epilogue filming so that we can milk yet one more episode out of this. And I was hoping to do the Battle of Buffalo Street when they were all still on that map, but it never came to be. And
that was a good storyline.
Before I forget, congratulations to Buffalo Bros.